All right, what's going on, everybody, man? Welcome to the college football recap show, man. Week 7 college football, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope everybody had a good night, man. So we're gonna be with y'all for about the next 30, 45 minutes recapping college football. A lot of work to do, man. But first, can I just say the traffic in Atlanta is terrible? Can I just go and put that out there? Like, I didn't get home today till almost 2 hours after the game. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. I don't even live that far, right? I haven't even finished pulling all the pressures yet. It's ridiculous. What's going on in Atlanta? Why are 3 exits shut down? Can I just say that tonight? Like, what in the hell are we doing? Honestly, I just want to put that out there. It should not take that long to get home. Should not be this behind my work. Like, what's going on? Just want to say that tonight. But nonetheless, man, we got a lot of college football to talk about, man. I'm gonna bring up my co-host Auburn Bacon, the Bacon Network, man. Talk some college football. I just had to put that out there. It's pissing me off. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing?
I don't know, bro. Nah, I mean, why? I don't know, bro. But appreciate everybody tapped in on the IG, man. I don't know what's going on, bro. But nah, I feel you, bro.
Yeah, like I'm like, bro, bad enough. I got to the car 8:30. I had to I was getting some stuff out from my editor, my publisher. I was like, okay, cool. It's 9 o'clock. Bro, I ain't get home almost like 10:30, 10:45. What are we doing?
That's hectic. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Man, bro. But man, a great day of college football. Obviously, I know you was at West Georgia, man. Real quick, how did your cam do?
Man, you know what I'm saying? Stepped in, man. That's something I do well, man. If you go hold a camera, you know what I mean, just like this on field level, that's, you know what I mean, for anybody who's watching this, it's seamless. You know what I mean? They like what I did, man. But somebody when they're present, so I filled in for them and did my thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Just all praises to the Most High. But yeah, man. And boys lost today, man. It was missing their starting quarterback. Offense wasn't moving as efficiently, but that didn't stop TJ Lester from continuing to do his thing. But it looks good. Got a lot of high upside. Trey Morrell struggled today, and they were just West Georgia just got really out physical. But you know what I mean, it is what it is, man. They still a program that's trending in the right direction. Saw some recruits there. They didn't really get to watch them close and see who all was there. But you know what I mean, good day out west, man.
100%, man. Good day out west, man. But let's go ahead and get into some of the college football, man. Well, I guess we'll talk biggest winners and losers, Bacon. So, just off the top of your dome, from what you've seen and heard, just your biggest winners and losers from today.
Yeah, man. Biggest losers is probably Penn State, man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, losing Drew Aller. I mean, you don't get no worse than that, man. And they lost. I mean, you could really. No, did they lose, brother?
Yeah, they lost to Northwestern. Yeah,
yeah,
pretty embarrassing.
Pretty embarrassing. That's the biggest loss, man. There's another big loser, which I'm sure you'll talk about that too. But yeah, probably the biggest is probably a team that spent all that money and it's all now swirling down the drain.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, Penn State for sure. You lose your quarterback for the rest of the season. You're not 3-3. You started season 3-0, and you've let that loss to Oregon spiral out of control, right? You lose to winless UCLA the week prior. Now they are playing some good football. They did beat Michigan State today. Shout out to Nicole Maliava. But again, a team that was winless when you played them. No way you should be losing that game. Then you couple it with a putrid performance offensively for Penn State. You were 1 point. Your quarterback was 6-9 for 35 yards in an interception in the first half. Not gonna cut it. Got to play better than that. So, when you have that, and then he's hurt for the year, like you're in a pretty tough spot, and they're a team that has a lot to figure out. And I know a lot of people are going to call for the coach's job, obviously with James Franklin, and he's provided a lot of stability, but at the same time, they're not winning games right now.
Right.
They have to figure that out. And this was the team that came in preseason. There was a number 2 overall team, Bacon. And they've definitely hit some people and has surprised them, obviously, with this performance they've had the last few weeks.
Nah, that's a fact, man. I don't know how they let that loss kind of kill their momentum, man. I mean, they got a lot of talent on that team. Period. You just gotta stay locked in. Gotta stay locked in, man. So it is what it is, man. Like you said, they'll probably let the head coach go. But I don't think it's gonna stop the Nittany Lions motion, man. They've always had recruits, continue to go. An interesting team that's on here is BYU. thriving in basketball, and it should be they should continue to progress forward. Big fan of Ryder Lyons on and off the field. That guy special, you know what I'm saying? And it seems like he's 100% locked in on Brigham Young. I believe his parents went there as well. So man, that's what keeping close tabs on BYU moving forward.
Yeah, man, he won't be there for a while, man. He's taking a leap year too. I believe he's going. I don't think it's study abroad, but he's going to do something where he's not even going to be with BYU. So, and BYU went through a lot because when they lost their quarterback, who's at Tulane now, Retzlaff. When he went to Tulane, so they got a true freshman starting now, and Bear Brockmeyer, who everybody's kind of falling in love with a little bit. Not having his best game right now against obviously Arizona, 2 interceptions in this one, but he's been playing really well all year long for obviously the Cougars. So, name to watch, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. That's tough. I did not know you were doing a study abroad, man.
Yeah, either study abroad. I know he's doing something like he's either just traveling abroad. But I know he's not going to play next year.
Hey, man. It's all about it. Like I can't remember who said it. I think it was a college football analyst. Not sure what platform he was talking about, man. Kids are going for money, understandably so. I mean, we all know what type of financial times we're living in right now, and he's reflecting on his time of going to college and becoming well-rounded, man, and just it was a head coach of a school. That's what it was. He came out and said, just being well-rounded, coming in, learning, tapping into your coaches, tapping into your professors, and getting that knowledge. So I think this is similar to Ryder going abroad and learning different cultures. Man, that's what going to college is all about. Just coming out well-rounded.
100%. Couldn't agree with you more. That's what you want to do: become a more well-rounded human at the end of the day, man, and be able to, kind of just be, a well-abided citizen, I guess you could say, afterwards, just being somebody that can contribute to society in the best way possible.
Absolutely, brother. So, man, who do you think? Who's also your other biggest loser of the day?
Yeah, this one right here, and this is why I love the new model. I was telling everybody this at the Georgia Tech Virginia Tech game, and it has to be this team right here, Florida State. Definitely will obviously knock off the top 25 ranking. It'll be somebody new this week for sure. But the team that started off hot, 3-0. Lost to Virginia, similar kind of way of spiraling out of control like Penn State has. And ended up losing to Virginia. Then you drop another game. Obviously after that, losing to. Let me make sure I don't want to say that they lost to a team, and they actually didn't. Hold on, I want to make sure I get the other team right, because it was Virginia and they lost to someone else. Hold on, make sure I got it right. Miami. Sorry, I couldn't think of that for whatever reason. But they lost to Florida State. Miami, I understand, right? It's Miami, the best team in the ACC, one of the best teams in the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get it. And then you lose this week to Pitt. The Pitt had a true freshman start, and then that guy Mason Heisenschel, right? What's his name? Eli Holstein is not even the starter, and then they let Desmond Reed, who's a running back, go off. He had 200 all-purpose yards today, baking in 2 touchdowns. So absolutely click them boys. But they're in a serious situation, and I think Norvell, like if they spirals out of control like it did last year, like he could be on the hot seat. It could be over for them. But yeah, I say Florida State because everybody was like, "Oh, Florida State's good. Florida State's this. Florida State's that." They was believing, and someone said it the other day, and I think they brought up a great point. Like, Florida State feels like it's a program that believes what other people are saying, and if they say they're good, then they're good. But then when people start saying, "I don't know if Florida State's any good," then they start being bad. Like, again, I don't know if there's merit to that, but I did hear that. It made me think a little bit. And this is a team that just, the defense isn't as good as we thought, and that first game against Alabama is not looking as impressive as we thought, because they put the whole college football world on notice. But as you've seen, everybody's calling Alabama soft. Ken LeBour needs to be fired. And now we're seeing Alabama round into form. They won 5 straight games. I believe 4 of those games was against AP top 25 opponents.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Picking up another win on the road today against, obviously, Belper Beulah in Missouri. So it's like, and that's what I love about this new model and it being a CFP playoff, Bacon, and being 12 teams, because you can get hit on the chin like that and then not affect you. You see the same thing in the NFL. Like, you can get hit in the mouth early on and it not affects you. Like it affects you, but you get better from it down the line. We've seen one team go up 5-0 cents. The other team is 2-3 cents. So Florida State for me is one of my biggest losers.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean it's probably time. It really probably past time to get Coach Norvell out of Tallahassee. You know what I mean? So immediately my mind goes to Devin Carter. You know, I know his pops players there. You probably want to follow in his footsteps. But if they let go of Norvell, well, he and other recruits that have been committed there for some time now, or committed, decommitted, and recommitted, will they be like, man, this is why I decommitted in the first place. I don't know. The head coaching situation is not concrete. So I mean, for State, and then the buyout. Then I think they're still gonna have to buy Norvell out, and that's a big contract. That's a lot of money. So they got some decisions to make at Florida State for sure.
Yeah, they do, and I think it will affect it. You know what I'm saying? They've landed some pretty good recruits in the last little bit, but yeah, if they let him go, yeah, I think you'll see people hit the portal. I think you'll see recruits probably go elsewhere as well.
Thanks.
1,000%. But guys, those are our biggest losers. Real quick, Bacon. Who's your biggest winners from Week 7?
Biggest winners got to be Indiana, brother. A lot of people were talking Indiana all day for real. Now the coach, if you've been paying attention, that coach has been talking. He been talking like how Dabo was talking, but he been putting his play behind his talk. You know what I mean? You know, we love Clemson and Dabo swinging on this show for anybody who thinks otherwise. But I mean, Indiana's coach has been, you know what I'm saying, he's been on record multiple times of, I win, guys. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? And he won 30-20 versus the Ducks, I believe, on the road.
Yeah, it was.
You know, so that's a big win for them, man. You know what I'm saying? Mendoza it's not like the baseball Mendoza sub 200. You know what I mean? It's actually plus 200, which is sub 200, but 215 yards. It had a touchdown, interception, but 20 for 31 is solid. You know what I mean? It's 31 rushing yards on 6 attempts. It's getting the job done, especially in a hostile environment, like in Eugene. Now, I am disappointed in Dante Moore, 2 interceptions. It's not going to help out his Heisman campaign. No. But I mean, I believe in Coach Dan Lanning from that Georgia tree. Should be okay, but this just shows us how for real the Hoosiers are.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree. I think it shows how serious the Hoosiers are. Obviously, for one, I think two, you beat a really good team on the road, right? Like Oregon is a well-balanced unit. They're one of the top units in the country rushing the football too, and you held them to 81 yards. Like when we look at the box score, 81 yards rushing. That's it, Bacon. They had, I think it was like maybe 2 yards per carry, if that. Right. So if you having that and you shutting down a team, I mean, I think that says a lot, man. So, you know, play good complimentary football. Elijah Surratt couldn't be stopped. 8 catches, 121 yards, and a touchdown. He balled out. No answers for him. And then offensively, you got to give credit to Indiana what they did to the Oregon offense. 1 catch, 44 yards from Malik Benson, and then they shut down Decoria Moore, who's a freshman phenom, 4 catches, 39 yards. Like, it was tough sledding all day. They were physical. They were getting after the quarterback. They were creating pressures. A lot of stuff was around the same when you look at the box score and you look at the stats. But they did a really good job of converting the opportunities when they got it. But neither team was good on third down. 5 for 14 for Indiana, 3 for 14 for Oregon. But really good job and a good win. And everybody that says, oh, okay, that was a fluke last year. Yeah, clearly it was not a fluke. And you go look at their schedule, Bacon, they could easily win out.
Facts. They could easily win out.
We'll pull it up here real quick. Indiana can easily win out. I mean, Michigan State, we see what happened this today with them, obviously. UCLA, Maryland, Penn State. Penn State's done. Yeah. Wisconsin, Purdue. They could easily be in the Big Ten championship game.
And they got to see the Giant Killers now. Don't sleep on UCLA now.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
I just
not buying that. Got to see more. I'm not buying that Nico hype right now. No, sir. Not drinking the Nico Kool-Aid. No. Hell no.
Nah, I feel you, but I just had to throw that in there for, you know what I'm saying, for giggles.
Nah, for sure. What's going on, Sharpshooter Sports Talk? Appreciate you tuning in, player.
Brother
Brinsky, man. Trying to do this little night recap, man, before we get up out of here, man. But appreciate you tapping in, man. Hit us in the comments down below. But yeah, I would say, did you have any other big winners from this week? Before I hit mine.
You could say, and that's probably it, brother. That's probably it.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and go right here, man. We can break down this game too. While we at it, I'm gonna say
Yeah,
Texas, man.
yes,
That was massive win for them because they were trending in the spot 3 losses. You're probably done, but now you're 4-2, 1-1 in SEC. Your only 2 losses was to Florida. Yes, Florida lost to Texas A&M tonight. It is what it is. But you had to go to the swamp. Tough place to play, right? Sure. Lost to Ohio State, the number 1 team in the country. They won again today. But to be able to win and they forced a former Heisman candidate or Heisman person that was in the Heisman conversation in John Mateer. I know he's dealing with a hand injury. I know he messed it up a little bit today. He had 3 interceptions, and that defense is for real for Texas. When you look at that and the ability to slow down this team, not really allow a running game for real, only 48 yards rushing in this game, Bacon. They did an outstanding job in this game of shutting down the run. And, obviously, Mateer, when healthy, has been helping aid in that run. But
right.
then you go on the road, or not a road, a neutral site, and you handle business. They did what they're supposed to do. They continue to give Arch opportunities, and they took advantage. He didn't have the best game ever, but he did what he needed to do. And exactly, everybody contributed. He got a punt return for a touchdown. By now, I think it was number 21. Arch had his touchdown, obviously, and you had a better game on the ground. 136 yards rushing. That's going to help you, right? Wisner, even though it wasn't the best yards per carry, he stuck with him. 94 yards, you'll take that. So some building blocks for Texas. They got the SEC schedule. They're gonna have Georgia. I think this could be a win for them that helps them down the long term. We'll talk about Georgia Auburn here in a second. But if Texas defense plays like that, I think they can go on the road and beat Georgia in Athens.
That's hot take, bro.
Hot take, but that's where I'm at with it.
Nah, I mean, Texas defense is for real. We saw that when they played Ohio State. And I think we're seeing growth from Arch Manning. And people like, man, 166, he's a game managing, he's managing games. And I think as for good or for worse, whatever your perception of it is, so this is somebody who's throwing multiple picks, a solid completion percentage, only missed 6 throws today, not keeping this team in position to win. Threw a touchdown, that's big. I think Arch I don't see him getting hot this year. I don't see Texas making a bang this year. They'll be competitive. I'll look for Arch to take that step that we all wait for him to see next year. But this is just, Mateer's not 100%. I think if Mateer's 100%, I think they'll probably win this game. But we can only play the hand you've been dealt in life or in football. But it's a good win for Coach Sark, Arch Manning, and the defense.
Yeah, it is. They'll probably end up getting ranked again too. I mean, you beat the top 10 team in the country, and like you said, I don't think Mateer's 100%. So got to obviously see about that. Did they rush him back too fast? Should they have waited until they play South Carolina to bring him back? You know what I'm saying? Those are going to be things that'll probably be asked. But yeah, like if you like you said, Texas took advantage of the opportunity, and that's all you want at the end of the day. And I said that y'all call me crazy. Oh no, he's not Joe Burrow. When I made that point on my TikTok, all I was telling y'all was Joe Burrow in 2018 didn't have his best year. He had to get hit in the mouth. He got hit in the mouth and he responded, and they had that historic year. All I was telling y'all is that I could see Arch having that same trajectory. Not having his best 2025 campaign, come back another year, and he's lighting the college football world on fire next year. It's going to take him some time. That's all I was saying. They ain't the same quarterback. They ain't the same person. I'm just saying you could see the same trajectory for him. So relax. That's all I was saying.
He is a Manning.
Yes. So give him some time. Let him figure it out. But yeah, massive win for them, man. Beating obviously Oklahoma, a really good football team. And it's going to help them at the end of the day if you're Texas.
Facts.
And you couldn't have had your third loss. So we'll put that out there, man. But Bacon, we'll go ahead and go to some of these matchups, man, real quick. Any ones that you wanted to hit on? Obviously, we're going to hit Georgia, Auburn, but any matchups that you specifically stood out to you that you want to talk about?
Let's see. I would say UCF looked good. They looked good, 63 points. No, they didn't play anybody too legit. I heard it was a good win for Colorado.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was surprising, man, because Iowa State. So, man, I mean, talk about ACC, but Big 12 is in kind of a flux too. I think the only team that stood out is Texas
You,
Tech. Like Arizona State's losing real big right now against obviously, Utah and Devon Dampier. And then you have this one, right? Colorado struggled this year, but a massive win, their first win in the Big 12, beating a really good Iowa State team. That was earlier, I believe, today. But massive, right? Caden Salter showed you a little something. 16 and 25, 255 yards and 2 touchdowns, right? So and also helping in the running game with 57 yards there too. Uh, Excuse me. So he played one of his best games, and then they got this kid that went off. This is the first time I heard of him, Bacon. Joseph Williams, 8 catches, 128 yards, and a touchdown. I know Amarion Miller. I know obviously about Sincere Brown, but him going off for that says a lot. Obviously in this game, Colorado still struggling against the run. Right, Abu Sama the third went off on nearly 200 yards rushing by himself. But the defense did enough, I think, in the passing game to affect Rocco Beck. Obviously he was dealing with the injury in the game, had to come out, stuff like that. But threw an interception, didn't have a lot of yards from the receivers. So credit to Colorado, man. Obviously a big win for them.
Nah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, it was talks preseason. The strength of Colorado is in the defensive back room and it's in the receivers. So, I mean, it's not a surprise to see, I'm saying, at any given Saturday or whatever day they play, that it's a new receiver or it's a receiver that's got crazy stats. Caden Salters had stats statistically, passing yards really made some steps forward, but I'd like to see him clean up that complete defense, man. So he's really been the big black guy on the Buffalo program this year. A lot of people thought he was going to be legit. I ain't gonna say legit, but we thought he was gonna be, that guy. You know what I mean? And he's let us down.
Yeah, 100%. Speaking of, man, I don't know if you know, but Terrence Love's no longer with the program.
Wow. Should have
Yeah,
stayed in Auburn, brother.
I know he's no longer with the program, so be interested to see what he does next. I mean, I get it. I would have kept in Colorado too. Dion, Coach Prime, it makes sense. But yeah, he's no longer with the program, unfortunately. So that's a little update, man. But that doesn't take away from the big win for Colorado. I mean, figuring things out. Dion's obviously having another surgery, I believe they said. So this, he's dealing with a lot. And the fact that they was able to pull out this win, I think was big for them, playing motivated football and being a really good Iowa State team. So Big 12 is interesting. It's really, like I said, out of all the conferences, I mean, brother, it's a toss up. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see who comes out on top. But
Texas Tech.
That looks like that's gonna be the team to me, and probably only one team from the Big 12, unfortunately.
What you said, they got that oil money down there, brother. At the new Penn State on the block.
Yeah, man, and that oil money's working. All money working apparently.
What's the name? Had a big play for Tech last year, number 9.
Romello Height.
Romello Height looked good there, man. Getting off the edge well quick, man. So should be a Sunday guy. I wanted to shout out Mel.
100%, man. Romello Height, I remember he used to have interviews with him for sure.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes, sir. All right, man. So that was yours. I'm trying to think other results I wanted to holler at. Let me see. We talk about this one. I seen a little bit of this one before I had to leave. Alabama, Missouri, man. Big win for the Crimson Tide, man. Yeah, bro. I call him Baby Flacco. But I like Ty Simpson, man. He Baby Flacco to me. Now look, he's more athletic than a Flacco, but they throw the ball the same. Big arms, throw deep down the field. I think he cemented himself firmly in that Heisman conversation. 100%. Ty Simpson is that guy. He's that dude. And another efficient game, taking care of the football. And I don't think he's game managing. I think he's willing Alabama to wins. And obviously good rushing game. Hopefully Jam Miller's all right. Got hit in the head, had to come out, but good game from him. 85 yards on the ground. But I love the way that he spreads the ball around. For Ty Simpson. He and Isaiah Horton. Hitting Latier Brooks, Josh Quaver, like he just spreads the ball around everybody, man, and that makes them dangerous, man. And then the good defense, I think, as well, that you can take on the road. And how about true freshman who gets one of my standouts, Dejon Lee? He played great. Nearly had 2 picks in this game. Bacon got the game sealing interception against them, and just the pressure all day. Like sometimes Pribula had time to throw back there, Bacon, but with all the pressure he got throughout the game, you could tell he felt rushed. And even when he had time to throw, he was either sailing it or he was speeding up, throwing it too fast.
No, I'm looking to the left because, ironically, it's Alabama and Missouri on the highlights.
Yes, sir.
But nah, Ty Simpson's got an arm, man. I just saw he hit it was like a post, maybe like from 20, maybe 20, 30 out. Yeah, he's not game manager. Anytime you see somebody throw three touchdowns on the day, that's getting the job done. That's affecting the game. And to your point, to your sentiment, he's definitely in a Heisman conversation for sure. Not sure if he'll win it. That remains to be seen. But he's definitely in it for sure. He's got an arsenal of receivers. You just mentioned Isaiah Horton, Ryan Williams. You know what I mean? Brother Brooks. You know what I mean? They got a squad. Defense is definitely legit. He forced 2 interceptions from Missouri's quarterback, who a lot of people came in and thought Missouri was going to upset Alabama. I'm saying at home. You know what I'm saying? Coach DeBoer continues to cement. I'm the next guy. I'm the guy that's here to stay. As we talked about on the basketball podcast, that Xavier Crowell, Darian Morgan have shut down their recruitment. That's big, man. I think we gotta ease up on the board. We gotta ease up. You know what I'm saying? We definitely can look to the other side when they talk about that Tallahassee upset. You know what I mean? What upset? What you talking about, man? That didn't even happen.
Nah, that's not.
So it's a good win for the Tide.
Yeah, no, it is 100% good win for the Tide. They keep rolling, and then how about the performance on defense against Ahmad Hardy, with the best backs in the country, holding him to only 52 yards rushing. Shout out to the Tide, man. That's not easy to do. The guy came in, Baking, he had 731 yards rushing and 9 touchdowns. Says a lot.
What's your eval of LT Overton to this point?
I think he's their best defensive player, respectfully. I think how he's affecting the game, getting the sacks, the pressures, the tackles for loss. I think he's playing. I think he's going to get drafted in the first round.
What do you think he plays? He's at that interesting weight where he's really not too big to be an edge, and he's really not too not light enough to be a outside LB. He's like a tweener for real.
Yeah, he is a tweener. I think when you have a guy like that, you might see him do kind of a Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons was a linebacker. Probably wouldn't say he's the biggest guy to be rushing the passer, but he's such an elite pass rusher. It was like, okay, let's line him up here, and then you see him have NFL success. So I think with a guy like that, you just allow his talent to emerge, and he just needs the right coach and right development at the next level, obviously NFL, and I think he'll be just fine. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's a guy that'll, kind of have a similar, I don't want to say arc of a Micah Parsons, but a guy I can see that's playing wherever he's playing out and being moved. Same with Jahad Campbell. Look at him.
Yeah,
he's playing a lot of edge that last year, but he's playing full-on linebacker right now. But when you have that and you have the ability to swing, they can move you wherever, and you're still effective.
Hey, man, son, you need to, get to the keys, man. Type you up a strongly worded letter to Cincinnati, man. Y'all need to get LT Overton next year.
We'll see, man. We need something. We need, if we ain't going to keep Hendrickson, we need to get some impact players alongside him. Feels like Shamar could do that. He's dealing with injury right now, but, definitely should go get him for sure.
So you like Shamar? He's growing on you.
A little bit. He got more to prove, but I like that he can create pressure outside of, Hendrickson, which is what they need.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Like the Texas A&M Cruise, brother.
100%, man. 100%. All right, Bacon. I think last one we'll talk about before we do top performance and get out of here. Auburn and Georgia, man. Let's break that one down. A lot of controversy in this game. I said the tweet. Y'all said nope. I was tripping. But all I was saying was there was a lot of calls that Georgia that went against Auburn at home, if I'm being completely honest. And you can choose to agree with it or not, but one of them, big, and I don't know if you just saw it, but basically Kirby's literally went like this. You know what I'm saying? Call timeout, essentially, Bacon. And then they said, oh, he didn't call timeout. I mean, it was getting calls like that the entire game. I mean, literally, Kirby was like this. He was like, oh, no, I didn't want a timeout. I was clapping my hands. I mean, it was insane. If I'm Hugh Freeze, I'm 38 hot.
38.
I'm 38 hot. That was on the drive where they kind of put the game away. Then he had when he was pushing the ball over, and then obviously got punched out. You gotta look at it. That's iffy. I gotta look at it a couple times. I've only seen it twice. I know it's a call everybody's gonna talk about. It did look like right when he did it, it did get knocked loose before it crossed the pond. That's what it looked like. I got to get a couple more looks, but that's a play a lot of people are going to talk about. But the whistle did go against Auburn in that game.
Definitely went against Auburn in that game, man. I think the play that's feeling it the most was I think was actually a targeting call at the game, and so it's soft. It's as soft as it's been ever. When they ejected Can Lee, man, that was tough. You know what I mean? Yeah. Seeing his emotion like that in a big game, they had the lead at the time. It was just a lot of calls. You know what I'm saying? That not a lot of calls that shifted the momentum. But the biggest thing, bro, like the end of the second half, in the first half, man, it was like a flag or player review. You know what I'm saying? Every other player, like, man, that's when I knew there was some fishy things going on in this game. But I understand. You know what I mean? Georgia went back to back. You got to keep them in the playoffs. You got to keep them in for ratings, man. I mean, my guy was talking, man. You know what I mean? You got so many things pulling people's attention. People watching streamers. People watching Casanat, you know what I mean? Watching their favorite TV show. So, oh, man, Georgia's down. Let me tune in last 2 minutes. That 2 minutes ended up being 30-45. So, I mean, you got to boost the rating some kind of way. You got to cook the books. But I mean, Auburn definitely got fleeced. Unfortunately, it was on Cam Newton Day, overdue from tying his jersey, in my opinion. But yeah, man, be Auburn Tiger right now, man. But that's why you gotta be a dog, man.
Yeah, man, I agree. When it comes to just the whistle going against them. If you Auburn, you got to figure out the passing attack, man. It's not efficient enough.
You know what Jackson Arnold was.
Yeah, with Jackson Arnold, like I'm not saying he's not the QB for the job, but I mean 7 catches, 50 yards for Cam Coleman. I mean Eric Singleton Jr. You have a near make. It was like 13-10. It would have changed the game if you caught the ball. You know what I'm saying? You got a Malcolm Simmons, 1 catch, 2 yards. Like, man, what is we doing? So they got to figure that out. I think they got the back though in Jeremiah Cobb, but they don't hit on enough explosive plays with that talent that they have consistently to me. And your defense balled. I think Bacon, you was up 10-0. You gotta punch him in the mouth, bro. Like if you're gonna beat Georgia, you can't go up 10-0, right? Same with Georgia Tech felt it last year. Like you can't go up, what was it? I think it was 20-3. Like you gotta hit Georgia in the mouth because they're a resilient bunch. And they're gonna find a way to come back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that part they got to figure out. I thought Auburn did a really good job on the ground of limiting Georgia, 79 total yards rushing. It's a great job by the defensive front. You know what I'm saying? But hit on more explosives. And I think after a while, just it's a tough loss for Auburn. But they're gonna be a tough out. I mean, that anybody that's saying, "Oh, that's an easy W," yeah, you'll mess around and find out because as you've seen today, Georgia struggled mightily, especially in the first half. Offense, they couldn't get nothing going. You know what I'm saying? It was 10-3. Like they shut them completely down. Like the offense struggled bad. So credit to Auburn, the defense, the front. So fortunately, some things went against them as far as the whistle, but I think long term you'd be fine. And if you Auburn and you're the staff, I wouldn't fire Coach Hugh Freeze. I know he's on the hot seat. I thought he coached a good game. It just didn't swing your way, and you kind of got screwed over a little bit with some of the calls.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's thinking about Hugh Freeze' job loss or getting fired after this game. I think they're thinking about these calls, man. But when you look at Georgia in these big games, we bring up Georgia Tech last year. That phantom pass interference call against Lamar Daniels was a big momentum shift, and that the end of that first half was a big momentum shift. Still not 100% sold on Gunny, man. Still not 100% sold. So a lot of passes overthrown out of bounds. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I like that he's throwing the ball out of bounds. You can tell he's a football player, as Coach Smart would say, on any given opportunity. But Georgia's definitely beatable. But when you got the in your back pocket, you can move mountains. Back to Auburn. The receivers, man, they're not feeding these receivers, man. So I think they're on a hot seat, man. I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these kids get in that portal if they don't see signs of Deuce Knight being that guy that can get them the ball going into next year.
Hey, that's a great point, player. I'm not even going to disagree with you, man. I think you bring up a great point, and like you said, they're not getting the ball, so it's like why would I continue to do that? Might even getting touched the ball, and I know my talent, and then you just had your player, you just had Eric Singleton Jr. just signed, not Eric Singleton, Cam Coleman just signed a Nike NIL deal, and more they're gonna want to see more out of him. Now, they're supposed to be one of the best receivers in the country, right? You pair him Bacon with the Jeremiah Smiths, the Ryan Williams, who I know is dealing with the injury. You put him in that same comp, but it feels like now he just gets overlooked in that same conversation compared to last year. And I don't think it's necessarily his fault. He's the guy you got to give a heavy dose of. Malcolm said, like, you got to find ways to get your playmakers the ball, man. Once they do that, I mean, Auburn can beat a lot of teams. They got the defense to do it. Defense has gotten way better, but you got to get the ball to your playmakers.
And do we see Deuce Knight, as the season? I think it's maybe still
too early.
Still too early. But that end around handoff, that ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna. I don't need to see.
Yeah,
I need to see Simmons, Eric Singleton Jr. I don't mind seeing Eric Singleton Jr. in the rushing category, because he did that at Georgia Tech. But we need to see that, and we need to see his statistics increase in the receiving category.
100%. Here goes the comment. What a game this was. Definitely a touchdown on that one play. Nice one for Georgia. Yeah. So see, that's what I said. And I got to look at some more angles of it because I didn't see it. I've only seen like one headshot over it. Yeah. So before I really comment and give my analysis of what I think of that one play, I had to see it because unfortunately I was in traffic. So I didn't get to see it originally, driving home. So you know how that goes. So I got to go back and watch it, man. But appreciate you highly, Prod. For your comment, man. And if you ain't, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man, and hit us, man. Try to keep this going for y'all, every Saturday, a little 45-minute show recapping college football, man. So, but yeah, man, if you're Georgia, you'll take the win. You keep trucking along. But I'm telling you, Bacon, pull that performance again, man. Texas is a physical team. I know Archie ain't been playing the best, but you being Oklahoma, that's going to help your moxie, your confidence. I think they can go in there and beat Georgia, messing around. You know what I'm saying? Again, go win for Georgia. Auburn had them boys on the ropes. It ain't gonna be too many times you can continue to, come back, from being on the ropes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Again, a good football team, resilient bunch, but you ain't gonna always have that whistle in your back pocket of being able to come back. So we'll find out. But guess who they got on Saturday?
What you talking about, bro?
Georgia. Guess who they got on Saturday?
Who they got?
Ole Miss.
Ooh. Nah, you can fleece Ole Miss, brother. You cook up a couple flags, couple cards against Ole Miss, but Texas is a little different. But you might be able to fleece Lane Kiffin, and I like Lane. I like his story. Got his daughter up there with him. You know what I'm saying? A couple teams tried his daughters last week. They got to be Kirby Smart. All right, man, we got you, coach. Anything? Let us know anything we can do for you, sir. And that's how it's gonna go.
I'm dead. All right, Bacon. Who's your top performance for this week, man? Then we do a quick look ahead. Some big matchups next week.
Top performers this week. You gotta give a game ball to what's his name? Justin. Let me get his name from Colorado. Gotta give him a game ball.
Yeah, Joseph Williams. Okay.
What's his name again?
I think it's Joseph Williams. I think
that's it. 8 balls, 128 yards, and a touchdown. That's big time. Getting the job done. I'm gonna give a game ball to Brother Mendoza, man. You know what I mean? It's a big win on the road. 20-31, 215, through an interception. But to go into Eugene, and that's getting the job done to me. Also, his receiver Elijah Sarrett, 8 catches, 121. So really a unity game ball. We're holding it up just like Coach Boone and I can't remember his name. I'll remember the Titans at the end of the game when they won the state championship. And we'll do one more. Let's see, we pull one out at Tennessee. Oh yeah, Deshaun Bishop. You know what I'm saying? 14 carries, 146, one tuggy, man. in the close game. That was a near upset. You know what I mean, against Arkansas. So those are my 3 game balls.
Nah, good list, brother. Good list. I'm gonna go ahead and go Trudez Green, man, of LSU. Absolutely, obviously, balled out. You know, in my humble opinion, 8 catches, 119 yards in a tub. Kid was explosive. Was cooking defenses, man. You know, and the Gamecocks didn't have an answer for him. So Trudez Green gets my game ball for this past week in his performance. Elite of the elite, and obviously that's how you get it done. So you know, he gets my game ball. Keep balling, keep doing your thing. He was a big one. Next up, I got to go down to Texas Tech. Cameron Dickey, man, what a game on the ground. Absolutely balled out Bacon. 21 carries, 263 yards, and 2 touchdowns, obviously, in their big win over Kansas. Like I said, they look a team that's for real. You got Cameron Dickey. You know, you got your quarterbacks playing at a high level. And Morton, you got pieces all over the field. Defense is pretty good. Solid football team, man. So you know, he also, you know, he gets my game ball. And then my final one, I'm gonna go to you talked about Surratt, so I'll let you have that one. Let me see. There's one more I wanted to do.
KL. Go ahead,
What is it?
I was just saying we need some KLs on them LSU jerseys.
Oh, nah, that's facts. You're right. Last one, Desmond Reed, man. 20 touches, 200 total yards, 2 touchdowns. He gets my game ball as well. Massive performance, obviously, for him. Balled out and continue to play at a high level, man. Versatile guy. I think he'll be drafted. I know he's not the biggest guy, but his versatility, Bacon, somebody's going to pick him up in the NFL, I think, next year. And he could have a big story, you know, whoever picks him up. But that's a guy I think it could be a contributor.
You don't see too many running backs with that Captain C.
Yeah, you don't.
He probably get drafted for sure.
100%. So those are, excuse me, y'all. Tired from the day, but those are our top performers, man, from this week. But Bacon, that's gonna pretty much wrap us, man. Last thing we just do a look ahead, just we ain't gonna break them down, but just matchups you're excited for week 8. So I'm gonna pull that up actually right now, so you don't have to.
Good luck.
We'll just look at some big time matchups, SEC, you know, ACC, Big 10, Big 12. I'm gonna pull this up, Bacon, and you just be like, "Hey, Naj, that's a big matchup. Let's talk about it real quick." All right, here you go. So I think the first one for me is my Friday, Miami, Louisville 4-1, Miami 5-0. Again, trying to get to obviously, you know, Charlotte in for the ACC championship game. Louisville, if you want to keep track, you got to knock off the big boy. The big boy right now is Miami. So Miller Moss, is he ready to do it on the road? I'm gonna say no. I think Ruben Bain is one of the best defensive players. They're saying right now, Bacon, he might be the number 1 overall pick next year in April. Wow, good he has been. I'm telling you, watch that game if you ever get a chance to. And then Messendor is another player on the defensive line for Miami. But a quick look ahead, I think Miami will roll that one. But that would be definitely one to watch.
Yeah, for sure. That'll be one to watch. I mean, Tennessee, Alabama is going to be one to watch for sure.
What's your early thoughts on that one?
I don't know, man. I mean, the fan in me wants to see Tennessee win, but you always want to see bigger brands win just for the postseason. No, let's go Tennessee, man. I think if Tennessee beats Alabama, they both could potentially get in the playoffs. Well, they're both 1-loss teams, so in the heck with it. We're gonna go Alabama in this one. We're gonna go with smart money, man.
I feel that. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. I haven't been that impressed with Tennessee's defense. Biggest question is, will Jermod McCoy return? All-American cornerback, one of the best in the nation. Probably be a certified first-round pick. Coming off from an ACL injury he suffered last year. Will he be back? We know about Colton Hood. He'll be another top draft pick next year. You got Boo Carter, who's a top safety in the country. You know, Arian Carter is one of the best linebackers in the SEC. And you got a pretty good defensive line led by Joshua Joseph. So you got the pieces, but they've just given up too many points, too many big plays. You know, doesn't bode well against, you know, a Heisman candidate and Ty Simpson, a guy that can air the ball out and they can rush the ball too. I don't know, man. Tough spot to be in if you're Tennessee. Can the offense keep rolling? It's probably the best defensive team you faced all year. even better than Georgia. I don't know, man. Like that's gonna be tough. You got Mike Matthews, right? You obviously got Braylon Staley, who's performing at a high level out of the slot. Chris Bowser, the second, I think, is the best receiver or one of the best receivers in college football, along with Jeremiah Smith and Mekhi Lemon. But can you do that on the road in Tuscaloosa, a place you have not won? Bacon, peep this.
Yeah.
2003, they have not won in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, we saw what happened to Auburn. I losing for the 9th straight time, so it might be a congruent thing we see with Tennessee.
100%. So obviously that's a big game. LSU Vanderbilt. We'll see how Vanderbilt's respond after a bye week. You got LSU coming at home. That could be on upset alert. LSU did win today against South Carolina, but it did struggle. What'd you say, Bacon?
I said Nussmeier got to tighten up, man.
I've been said that. Everyone called me crazy when I was like, why he not a top 5 quarterback for you? Why he not no, like you said, need to tighten up.
Tighten up, brother.
Paying him too much money. Too much of the money. Too much of the money. Washington and Michigan, real quick, Bacon. That'll be a good one to watch. Michigan just suffered a second loss. Probably will be unranked, but a big matchup, obviously, in the Big Ten. 2 teams now with obviously a loss in the Big Ten. So how do they respond? How do they recover? And it's going to obviously be big as both teams trying to make that Big Ten championship game. So massive matchup for both.
That's the game you were talking about right there. That's the one.
This the one. Yep. I can't wait. Like I said, Ole Miss, versus Georgia should be an interesting battle between, like I said, 2 good teams. Trinidad Chambers, QB1. He struggled today.
I said, please
stop talking. All right. But he did get a little bit of shade from his coach, who said, "Yeah, we can't be doing Division II stuff here." So he wasn't too thrilled with his performance. But like I said, I think without Trinidad Chambers, they're not 6-0. Austin Simmons has struggled all year, right? Obviously, he's coming back from injury. Excuse me. You got to stick with the high hand. But a big game, big test on the road, right? You can give Georgia their second loss.
That'd be huge.
And then you'll be 7-0 at that point. Now you're talking about potentially being in the SEC championship game, baby. If you Ole Miss, right? When's the last time they was able to do that? It's been quite a while. Definitely not in the Lane Kiffin era.
Right. Well, Eli Manning? I'm not an Ole Miss historian.
I don't know. I have to go back and look if they got to one in his era. But that wasn't the Lane Kiffin era.
Nah, but you can get into this game for as low as $219.
I'm dead, 100%, man. So y'all check that out. That's obviously a big one this weekend as well. We'll look to see if we can find one more to quickly discuss before we wrap up. Oh, I'm gonna go here, brother.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna go right here. Yep, I think that is the last one. Yep. USC Notre Dame, bro. That's the game, and I think this is gonna help Notre Dame a lot. 2 early losses, number 16. You need a quality win, Bacon. And I think USC is probably going to get ranked again. I believe so. 5-1 on the year. You suffered the loss. This would be a big win for Notre Dame. Like I said, when they played them, they needed USC to be good. I think USC has shown they've picked up a quality win over Michigan. Obviously suffered the loss early in the year, that they are a quality team. I think this helps out Notre Dame a lot, especially if they go in this matchup and it is ranked.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't watch it real close. I got kind of when USC or Michigan down like 17 plus. So man, Bryce is just looking bad out here. But I will say that the USC offense did look pretty good. I'm not sure about the defense. I just think Bryce is too young to really evaluate a defense plan right now. That's like, I'm saying, obviously the echelon of USC. But I think I would have to lean to Notre Dame, man. A well-coached team under Coach Freeman. Love in the backfield. I like the quarterback. Last name is Carr.
CJ Carr.
Yep. CJ Carr. He's progressing. So this is a good one. So you got to roll. Is this in
I believe that's in South Bend.
South Bend.
Yep, Indiana. So Notre Dame.
So another reason to pick the Fighting Irish. The tickets is not cheap, $203 just to get in the door.
Yeah, facts. $203 just to get in the door. Yeah, big game, man. Big game. We'll definitely react to that next Saturday. Can't wait. Big game for both teams. I think both will end up being ranked in this new AP poll that drops tomorrow at 2 p.m. on Sunday. So we can't wait for that. Should be very intriguing to say the least. But yeah, man, those are the top matchups, man. And that's what we got. That is our recap. We talked top performers, biggest winners and losers, broke down a couple of the big matchups, and obviously previewed the upcoming week 8, man. So I'm gonna let my brother and myself get some sleep, get some Z's. But we appreciate y'all tuning in to the College Football Recap Show with me, Najee Wilkins, and also Auburn Bacon and Bacon Network, man. Bacon, any last thoughts before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. Appreciate y'all coming on, man. Actually, I will say go Jackets, man. Another big dub today, man, for the crew who tapped in and didn't stay long enough because I know we want to talk about the Jackets, but you know what I mean, this is just a good year of parity in college football, man. And if you're a team playing Georgia, man, go ahead and send them emails so you feel like you need to see them emails too that you feel like it might see because the flag's gonna fly.
There you go, man. All right, y'all. We'll leave y'all with that, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll see y'all next Saturday. As far as our slate real quick for this week, we'll have a show Monday. We'll be back for our Georgia High School football show, talking everything, all the big action, all the biggest games. So make sure y'all tune in at 6:45 p.m. on Monday. Obviously, Tuesday, I'll be back with my tapes. Y'all stay tuned for that. And probably I'll do an interview as well. Wednesday, I'll be back with The Truth with Najee Wilkins College Football Show. I know we recapped it tonight, but we're going to talk about the matchups in more depth, obviously, on Wednesday night. And we'll break down a couple of more big things that happened this past week and storylines. And then, obviously, our basketball hoop show on Thursday at 8 p.m. All right? Y'all make sure y'all tune in next week, man. But until then, we'll see y'all next time. Peace.